That's it. And by the way, I accidentally turned my video off, my last video. But I have some more questions that was proposed to me, which is why is the pain and death, not just pain, but why is that pain in childbearing? That's the result of the fall of man. The reason we split is because the fall of man, the split of Abraham. That's from the fall of man. The fall of man didn't just impact Adam and Eve. It affected Cain. It affected Cain. It affected Abel. It affected Seth. It affected them, their brothers, their sisters. It affected a ton of people. And to this day, it is still affecting us. It is not that God's not perfect, but He's so perfect, I can never wrap my head around it while I'm in this physical body. I can never wrap my head around it. Like, goodness. Sometimes my sleep habits are so bad. Not my sleep habits, but sometimes my brain just gets so scatterbrained anyway that I cannot wrap my head around the most simplistic things at times. That's my physical, fleshly body. And so to try comparing a fleshly body to an eternally good, eternally righteous, eternally holy God is impossible to fathom. And so I don't see how people can sit back and say, well, Lane, I don't see how the earth looks like this now, when like they basically try throwing out things like, why does the earth look so not displaced, but so they go back to where God made everything good, and now since the fall they're basically saying it looks completely disordered. Of course it's gonna, but that's not the way the earth was originally made. It has forever been changed. And it can drive me crazy as a preacher. It's not because I care to answer objections. That's not it. Because I actually love answering objections, but it can drive me crazy when I try to help others see the right side of it. And I would talk to them, and I'll seemingly talk till my face is blue, and that's like, no, this don't make sense. At what point do you just sit back and say, hey, listen, I done what I could. I can't make sense of everything for you, but I do know I told you the truth. I'm not gonna say her name for obvious reasons, but up till a pretty decent amount of time, I think. So the last time she texted me up till recently was August the 10th. I'm not gonna say the name of the girl I'm talking about, but she's my very first sex. And up till August the 10th, from like up till recently, the very last time she texted me was August the 10th, where I was warning her about a guy. She was still keeping in touch with me, but But that being said, like she knew where I stand on a lot of things. Mainly because I'm a preacher. I would almost every time, like literally every time she came to church with me, she would sit in the first and second row, in the first and second pew, very close to the sound of my hearing, of the preaching. And that being said, she would sometimes just listen to it, but she would not listen after, like she would not listen and take any action afterward. So even though she knew where I stood on a lot of things, she wouldn't actually change anything about it most of the time. But after the last time I got done preaching that she was there, everything seemed to be going pretty good, but she ended up trying to date a guy that I was like, hey, listen, this with you and him, I know it's not gonna work. Cause the number one giveaway for me in that case already was the fact he wasn't a Christian. I was like, this is not gonna work. And I just went through it relatively brief, but she knew what I was saying. She probably knew I was that, but she didn't want to listen. And so but that was up till literally probably just like 5 days ago, maybe that, where it turns out that that she broke up with him because he was cheating on her and stuff. But I warned her. She knew. She had a warning. And the last thing I told her before that happened, I was like, just be careful. And she said, and next thing you know, she takes me in and said, you was that friends? I was like, gotcha. But yeah, just something I'd never understand is this, that people can charge us of things, small little white lies, all that kind of stuff, but when it gets down to it, they think, well, it's just a small little white lie, but they also don't realize that they are at the same time gonna have to face God on Judgment Day, and He is not gonna laugh at their sin. He did laugh at sin, but that was so the blood was shed on Calvary. And if, like, I'm paraphrasing that, but if you look it up, you can probably find what I'm talking about within literally like a 2-minute search. So just like, I'm not saying you'll have to believe what this video is about, but just know this: if you don't, and if you don't heed it, you have been warned. You've been warned from the Bible, and there's been prophecy after prophecy after prophecy after prophecy after prophecy, fulfilled. And it's like, what do you want? Do you want a burning bush right in front of you for you to know? You don't need that. Like, I do not need a burning bush right in front of me. And I must guarantee anybody who actually saw a burning bush like Moses did, but nowadays, if that happened now, I must guarantee they'd like try explaining it in some other way. And so they they say they want to see it physically. They say they want to hear God audibly, but if they did, they would try explaining it. Most people would try explaining it away. And so I don't believe they actually do. Again, like, I'm not trying to draw this out, but please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you don't miss a beat till next time. Peace.